The smell of lavender used to comfort me. Now it just reminds me of the nursery we'll never use. I stand at the kitchen counter, mechanically stirring honey into my tea while the diffuser puffs away in the corner. Amelia's suggestion, of course. Everything seems to be Amelia's suggestion these days. My name is Elena, and 3 months ago I lost my baby at 20 weeks. Since then, my sister in law has appointed herself as my personal life coordinator, showing up unannounced with her designer handbags and endless opinions about my recovery. Elena, did you take your vitamins today? Amelia's voice carries from the living room, where she's sprawled across my couch like she owns it. She's been here since breakfast, helping me organize the house. Yes, Amelia. The lie slips out easily. I stopped taking them weeks ago. They made me nauseous, but arguing isn't worth the energy. I hear the front door open, followed by my husband's footsteps. Gage is home early, which is unusual. I'm about to call out when I catch the hushed urgency in his conversation with Amelia. Did you talk to the bank? Amelia's whisper carries through the hallway. Yeah, it's done, but I don't know about this. Trust me, it's for her own good. She's not stable enough to handle. I deliberately clink my spoon against the mug, and their voices drop even lower. My hands shake slightly as I lift the tea to my lips, but not from grief, from rage. Later, over dinner, Gage reaches for my hand across the table. Honey, I've been thinking. With everything that's happened, maybe we should let Amelia help with the finances for a while. I keep my face carefully blank. What do you mean? Just until you're feeling more yourself. He squeezes my hand. Amelia's great with money, and she offered to help manage things while you focus on healing. The pasta in my mouth turns to ash. I'm managing fine. Elena. His tone is gentle, patronizing. You forgot to pay the electric bill last month, and you've been emotional. It's okay to need help. I forgot the electric bill because Amelia had reorganized my office, and the statement ended up buried under a stack of her self-help book recommendations. But I say nothing, just nod slowly. See? This is why you're perfect together, Amelia chimes in from her seat. When did this become a three-person dinner? I'll take care of everything. You won't have to worry about a thing. I push my food around the plate, playing the role of the fragile widow to my unborn child. If you think it's best, it is, they say in unison, and something in their synchronized certainty makes my skin crawl. That night, after Gage falls asleep, I check my email. There's a forwarded notification from our joint account. Gage must have forgotten to delete it. My eyes scan the transaction history, and my blood runs cold. Nordstrom, $2,249. Spa day at La Mer, 7 and 80 West Elm Furniture, 3,245 shirts. All charged in the past week. All approved by Amelia Quinn. I close the laptop silently, my tea long cold beside me. They think I'm broken. They think grief has made me blind, weak, incapable. The truth is, grief has burned away everything except my ability to see clearly for the first time. My phone buzzes, a text from Sandra, my best friend. Hey, you okay? Haven't heard from you in days. I stare at the message for a long moment. Sandra's a lawyer. She'd understand exactly what Amelia and Gage are doing. She'd call it financial abuse, gaslighting, manipulation. She'd tell me to fight back. Instead, I type, just tired. Talk tomorrow? Because right now, I need them to think I'm exactly what they believe me to be, a fragile, grieving woman who needs to be managed. They've already shown their cards. Now it's time for me to play mine. I slip back into bed beside Gage, listening to his steady breathing. He rolls over, wrapping an arm around me protectively, or is it possessively? I can't tell anymore. What I do know is that the lavender diffuser is still pumping away in the corner, filling our bedroom with its cloying scent. Tomorrow, I'll buy a new scent. Something sharp, something clean, something that smells like revenge. I start my war journal on a Tuesday. It's a simple Google Doc with a meaningless title, Recipe Collection 2023. The first entry is a screenshot of Amelia's latest spending spree, this time at Saks Fifth Avenue. Just picking up a few things to brighten your closet, she'd said, dropping shopping bags on my bed. You need to start dressing for the woman you want to be, not the woman you are. The clothes were all size 4. I'm a size 8. I create a new email address using my mother's maiden name. Within hours, I've forwarded myself dozens of bank statements, credit card bills, and helpful emails from Amelia about our new financial arrangement. Elena? Amelia's voice floats up the stairs. The landscaper is here about the garden renovation. I freeze. What garden renovation? Oh, didn't Gage tell you? I thought a koi pond would be so therapeutic. You need a peaceful place to reflect. My peaceful place would be anywhere Amelia isn't. I don't want a koi pond. Don't be difficult, sweetie. I already put the deposit down. I dial Sandra while Amelia chatters with the landscaper outside. She did what? Sandra's voice crackles through the phone. Spent $12,000 on a pond I don't want, with my money. That's not legal, Elena. She can't just... There's more. I pull up my banking app. Account access denied. What? I'm locked out of everything except the checking account, and that has a $1,000 daily limit now. Sandra's silence speaks volumes. When she finally responds, her voice is steel. Wake the hell up, Elena. This isn't about helping you, it's about controlling you. I know. I watch through the window as Amelia gestures grandly at my backyard, but I need proof. I need everything documented. Document this. It's financial abuse, and Gage is enabling it. As if summoned, Gage appears in the doorway. I quickly end the call. Hey babe, how are you feeling? He kisses my forehead. Amelia showed me the pond designs. It's going to be beautiful. I don't want a pond. His face does that thing, that subtle shift from concern to condescension. You're not thinking clearly right now. This will be good for you. Like locking me out of our accounts? He stiffens. You saw that? Hard not to notice when my card got declined at the grocery store. Elena. He sits beside me, takes my hand. You're not yourself lately. You cry at commercials. You forgot to eat breakfast 3 times last week. Amelia and I are just trying to protect you. I let tears well up. It's not hard. I'm always on the edge of crying these days anyway. I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying. His relief is palpable. He hugs me, probably congratulating himself on handling his unstable wife so well. My phone buzzes. It's Carlos, my boss. Got your message. The inheritance paperwork is ready. $100K will clear next week. Want me to handle the transfer? I delete the message before Gage can see it. I think I need to lie down. Of course, honey. I'll have Amelia bring you some tea. I wait until he leaves, then text Carlos back. Yes, but not to my usual account. I'll send new details tomorrow. That night, I update my ward journal. Under evidence, I add screenshots of unauthorized purchases, recording of landscaper conversation, bank access removal documentation, texts about protecting me under assets. I write one word, inheritance. My phone lights up with a text from Amelia. Found the perfect car. Don't tell Gage. It's a surprise. I add the text to my evidence folder. Then I Google how to serve someone with a lawsuit. Sandra calls again. Elena, you there? Yeah. I've been thinking, if you're serious about this, we need to move fast, before they burn through everything. I know. I stare at my reflection in the dark window. The woman looking back isn't the broken bird they think she is. I have a plan. Good, because I just checked the court records. Guess who has a history of financial fraud? Amelia. 3 cases, all sealed. Want me to unseal them? For the first time in months, I smile. Not yet. First, I need to play my part. The grieving wife, the helpless sister-in-law, the woman who needs protecting. And then we show them exactly who they've been underestimating. I just don't know what I'm doing anymore. I sob into my hands at the breakfast table. Gage and Amelia exchange worried glances, exactly what I want them to see. Maybe we should increase your medication, Amelia suggests, reaching for her phone. I'll call Dr. Matthews. No, I make my voice crack. I forgot to take them yesterday, and the day before. I can't seem to remember anything lately. Gage rubs my back. This is why we're handling everything, honey. You just focus on getting better. I spend the morning wandering around the house in my pajamas, randomly bursting into tears. By lunch, Amelia has called my doctor, rescheduled all my appointments, and taken my car keys, just until you're more stable. Perfect. While she's busy reorganizing my medication cabinet, I slip into the home office. My hands shake as I log into our shared computer, not from emotion, but from rage at what I find. Looking for something? Amelia's voice makes me jump. I I thought I had some photos in here from before. I let my voice trail off, touching my stomach briefly. Her face softens with fake sympathy. Oh, sweetie, I moved all those to a special folder. You don't need those painful reminders right now. What she doesn't know is that I've already backed up everything to my secret cloud account, including the financial records she thinks she's deleted. You're right, I whisper. I'm not ready. She hugs me, her expensive perfume suffocating. Let's get you back to bed. I'll handle the bills today. Later, I meet Sandra at a coffee shop across town. I had to pretend I was going to grief counseling to get out of the house. You're really selling it, Sandra says, sliding a legal document across the table. But are you sure you want to play it this long? Look at this. I show her my phone, a notification that I've been removed as an authorized user on 3 credit cards. They're erasing me piece by piece. Sign here, Sandra points to the paper. This opens your new account under your maiden name. I've already talked to Carlos about redirecting your inheritance. I sign with hands that are steady now. No more shaking. My phone buzzes. Gage calling. I answer on speaker. Babe? Where are you? Amelia says you missed your appointment. I make my voice small, confused. What? No, I'm here now, in Dr. Weber's office. Dr. Weber, your appointment was with Dr. Matthews. Oh, I add a tremor to my words. I'm so sorry. I got confused again. Stay there. Amelia will come get you. No. Too sharp. I soften my tone. No, please. I'll get a ride home. I just need a minute. Sandra raises an eyebrow as I hang up. Oscar-worthy performance. I learned from the best. Amelia's been performing concerned sister for months. Back home, I find Amelia in my closet, packing clothes into donation bags. What are you doing? These don't fit you anymore, sweetie, and this style, it's not helping your healing journey. I notice she's kept the size 4 clothes she bought. I add it to my mental evidence list. You're right, I say, watching her face light up at my compliance. I'm so lucky to have you. That night, Gage tries to initiate sex for the first time since the miscarriage. I turn away, crying on cue. I'm sorry, I whimper. I'm just so broken. He sighs, patting my shoulder. It's okay. Take all the time you need. As soon as he's asleep, I check my phone. There's an email from the car dealership to our joint account. Congratulations on your new Mercedes purchase. Your appointment to finalize financing is scheduled for... The amount makes my blood boil. $78,000. Almost exactly what's left in our joint savings. I forward the email to my secret account, then delete it from the inbox. Let Amelia think she's clever. Sandra texts, account is ready. Inheritance transfers next week. You sure you want to wait? I look at Gage's peaceful face, then at the fresh flowers Amelia brought today, paid for with my money, of course. Yes, I text back. Let them dig the hole deeper. Another text comes through, from Amelia to Gage, but sent to our shared family chat by mistake. She's totally falling for it. This is for her own good. I screenshot it before she can delete it. My hands rock steady as I add it to my evidence folder. They think I'm having a breakdown. Soon they'll learn I'm having a breakthrough instead. The message arrives while I'm pretending to nap. You don't know me, but I'm Zeke, Amelia's ex-husband. We need to talk. I stare at the Facebook message for a long moment before responding. About what? About how she destroyed my life, and how she's probably doing the same to you. We agree to meet at a diner 2 towns over. I tell Gage I'm going to a grief support group. He's so pleased with my progress that he doesn't even offer to have Amelia drive me. Zeke is nothing like I expected. He's well-dressed, professional looking and carries himself with the weary dignity of someone who's survived a war. She's bragging about her new nest egg, he says without preamble. On social media, private accounts, but I still have mutual friends. I sip my coffee. How much did she take from you? Everything. He pulls out a folder. But I kept copies. Every transaction, every lie, every loan she took out in my name. By the time I figured it out, she'd burned through our savings and racked up $230,000 in debt. My hands are shaking as I flip through the documents. The pattern is identical. First the concern, then the offers to help, then the gradual takeover. Did you sue? Tried. She had already moved everything. Claimed I was abusive, that she needed the money to escape. By the time I cleared my name, the money was gone. He leans forward. But you? You've still got time. Back home, I dive into research. Using Zeke's information, I trace Amelia's financial footprints. She's been busy, shadow loans, credit cards I never knew about, transfers to accounts I can't access. My phone buzzes. It's Sandra. Found something. Call me. I lock myself in the bathroom, turn on the shower, and dial. Your husband co-signed a line of credit for Amelia, Sandra says without greeting. 3 weeks ago, used your joint account as collateral. The room spins. How much? $50,000. But that's not all. The paperwork was backdated to before your financial arrangements started. They planned this, Elena. I sit on the toilet lid, cold spreading through my chest. Can you get me proof? Already done, but there's more. That joint account, it's being used as collateral for other loans too. They're building a house of cards with your money. A knock at the bathroom door makes me jump. Elena? Amelia calls. Are you okay? You've been in there a while. Just feeling sick. I call back, making my voice weak. I'll get you some tea. I wait until her footsteps fade. Sandra, how bad is it? If these loans default, you could lose everything, house included. Send me everything you have, now. I add the new documents to my war journal, which has grown into a damning encyclopedia of betrayal. As I scroll through, another message from Zeke pops up. Check the property records for her house, the one she bought after our divorce. I do. The house isn't in her name, it's in a trust. A trust that's now receiving regular transfers from my joint account. Gage comes home early, looking worried. Amelia says you've been sick all day. I'm fine. I let my voice quaver. Just memories, you know. He sits beside me on the bed. I know it's been hard, but everything we're doing, it's because we love you. I want to scream. Instead, I ask, even the loans? He freezes. What loans? The one you co-signed for Amelia, the one using our account as collateral. How did you? He stops, face darkening. You've been snooping. It's my money too, Gage. You're not thinking clearly. Amelia needed help, and you weren't in any state to discuss it. So you went behind my back? I did what I had to do. He stands up, running his hands through his hair. God, Elena, look at you. You can barely function. Someone has to make decisions. I let tears fall. Real ones this time, but not for the reason he thinks. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm just confused. His face softens. Get some rest. I'll have Amelia bring you dinner. After he leaves, I text Sandra, how soon can we move on this? Your inheritance clears in 2 days. Say the word. I look at my reflection in the window. The woman looking back isn't crying anymore. 2 days, I reply. Let them think they've won. Then we show them what losing really feels like. The inheritance hits my new account at 9 a.m. sharp. $100,000, untouchable by anyone but me. I wait exactly 1 hour, then start the dominoes falling. First transfer, half of the joint account balance. Legal under state law, according to Sandra. Second, revocation of power of attorney, filed electronically with backup copies to 3 different courts. Third, a carefully worded email to the bank's fraud department about unauthorized access and suspicious loans. My phone explodes with notifications as the transactions process. I silence it and open my laptop to send the final piece, a detailed invoice meticulously organized with timestamps, receipts, and photographs. To Gage, Amelia, subject, financial reconciliation. Attached is a complete accounting of funds misappropriated over the past 3 months, total 157, 143, 28. This includes unauthorized personal purchases, fraudulent loan collateralization, emotional damages, legal fees. Payment is due immediately. Supporting documentation has been forwarded to relevant parties. I hit send and wait. The first call comes from Amelia. I decline it. The second, third, and fourth too. Gage's messages pile up. What did you do? Call me right now. You've made a huge mistake. I'm calmly drinking coffee when my burner phone rings. It's the car dealership. Yes, this is Elena. You're on speaker. Ma'am, there seems to be an issue with the down payment for the Mercedes. The check bounced and we can't reach Ms. Amelia. I'm sorry to hear that. Could you tell me who authorized this purchase? Your sister-in-law, using your joint account. She's here now, actually. I hear Amelia's voice in the background, shrill with panic. Just run it again! There must be a mistake. I'm afraid that account has been frozen pending a fraud investigation, I say clearly. Any purchases made without my authorization will need to be refunded. You bitch! Amelia's voice gets closer to the phone. You have no idea what you've done. Actually, I do. Check your email. I hang up as Gage bursts through the front door. His face is red, his tie askew. What the hell, Elena? I just got called into HR because our joint account is linked to company expenses. Is it? Like the company card you gave Amelia? The one she's been using for her personal shopping? He pales. How did you? No, I've known everything. Every purchase, every loan, every lie. I slide my laptop toward him. It's all here, documented, dated, and legally verified. You've been playing us. His voice is hollow. No, you've been playing me. I just finally decided to win. Amelia crashes through the door next, designer handbag swinging. Fix this! Fix it right now! Like you fixed my finances? I stand up slowly. Like you fixed my marriage, my life. We were helping you. You were stealing from me. Both of you. I look at Gage. How's that Mercedes down payment working out? His head snaps toward Amelia. What Mercedes? The one she was buying with our savings. Sorry, my savings now. Amelia's face contorts. You ungrateful little... Careful. I cut her off. Everything you say is being recorded for the lawsuit. Lawsuit? They say it in unison, like they used to say everything about helping me. Check your emails. My lawyer has already filed. You have 24 hours to respond. Gage slumps into a chair. Elena, please, we can talk about this. Like you talked to me about using our account for Amelia's loans, about locking me out of my own money, about treating me like I was crazy instead of grieving. I was protecting you. No. I pull out my phone, showing them the screen. You were betraying me, and now everyone knows. Their phones ping simultaneously. The evidence folder has just been shared with their entire family, their workplaces, their social circles. Amelia lunges for me, but I step back. Assault charges would really complicate your legal situation. You've ruined everything, she hisses. No, you did that. I just exposed it. I pick up my purse. Oh, and Amelia? The trust holding your house? It's been flagged for suspicious activity. Might want to call your realtor. I walk to the door, then turn back. You thought grief made me weak, but grief just showed me who you really are. And now everyone else can see it too. As I leave, my phone buzzes one last time. It's Sandra. It's done. All accounts secured. Ready for phase 2. I smile as I type my response. Ready, let's show them what happens when you underestimate a grieving woman. Behind me, I can hear Gage and Amelia arguing, their voices rising in panic. But I don't look back. I don't need to. The sound of their world crashing down is music enough. The conference room at Sandra's law office feels too small for all the rage packed into it. Gage and Amelia sit across the table, their lawyers flanking them like bodyguards. Isabel, Gage's mother, perches nearby, her face pinched with disapproval. This is ridiculous, Amelia snaps. We were helping her. She was unstable. Sandra slides a folder across the table. Interesting choice of words, because we have your text messages saying, and I quote, she's totally falling for it. That's not what I meant! Then there's the unauthorized loans, Sandra continues, the hidden credit cards, the transfers to personal accounts. Would you like me to continue? Gage's lawyer clears his throat. My client was acting in his wife's best interest during a period of emotional distress. I lean forward. Was it in my best interest when he helped Amelia take out loans using our house as collateral? Gage? Isabel's voice shakes. Tell me you didn't. Mom, I had to. Amelia needed. Needed what? I cut in. A new Mercedes, designer clothes, a secret trust fund built with my money? Amelia stands up so fast her chair tips over. You ungrateful little witch, after everything I did for you, like what you did to Zeke. The room goes silent. Amelia's face drains of color. Oh, yes, I continue. He told me everything. Should we discuss those sealed court records? You talked to Zeke? Isabel asks. He warned me about how Amelia bankrupted him, about how she's done this before. Gage's lawyer shuffles his papers nervously. Perhaps we should take a break. No, I say firmly. We're going to sit here and go through every transaction, every manipulation, every lie. For the next hour, Sandra methodically unpacks the evidence. Bank statements, text messages, recorded conversations. With each revelation, Isabel's face grows harder. The garden renovation, Sandra says, pulling out another document. $12,000, authorized by Amelia using Elena's funds. It was therapeutic, Amelia protests. For who? I ask quietly. The koi pond you ordered matches exactly the one you tried to get Zeke to build before your divorce. Gage puts his head in his hands. I didn't know. Amelia, you said. Oh, shut up, she snarls. You knew exactly what was happening. You were just too weak to stop it. Like you were too weak to stop her from destroying your marriage? Isabel stands up. I've heard enough. Elena, I owe you an apology. I should have seen this sooner. Mom! Amelia's voice cracks. You can't seriously be taking her side. Watch me. Isabel gathers her purse, and don't bother coming to Sunday dinner until you've made this right. After she leaves, Sandra lays out the terms. Full financial restitution, dissolution of all unauthorized loans, and a restraining order against Amelia. This is extortion, Amelia's lawyer protests weakly. No, Sandra replies. This is consequences. My phone buzzes, a news alert. Someone leaked Amelia's financial history to the local paper. The headline reads, Local woman accused of serial financial fraud. Amelia's face goes from white to purple as she reads it. You leaked this. Actually, Sandra says, that was anonymous. But the HOA board might be interested in knowing their treasurer has a history of fraud. You can't prove anything? Like you couldn't prove I was unstable? I pull out one final document. By the way, we found the forged medical records you were planning to use. Dr. Matthews was very interested in that. Gage looks up sharply. You forged medical records? I had to. She was going to ruin everything. No, Amelia, you did that all by yourself. The meeting ends with signatures and threats, mostly from Amelia. As they leave, Gage tries to catch my eye. Elena, please, we can fix this. We already did. The divorce papers are being delivered tomorrow. Outside, Sandra hands me a glass of champagne. How does it feel? I watch through the window as Amelia screams at her lawyer in the parking lot. Gage sits in his car, staring blankly ahead. Like waking up, I answer. My phone buzzes again, a message from Isabel. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Dinner next week? Just us? Before I can respond, another notification pops up. Anonymous tip leads to investigation of local real estate trust linked to fraud allegations. I smile. Amelia's house of cards is finally falling. Ready for the next phase? Sandra asks. I take a sip of champagne. They thought grief made me weak. Time to show them how strong it made me instead. The courthouse feels colder than I remember. Amelia sits across the aisle, designer outfit replaced by something almost modest, almost believable. Gage isn't here. He's probably still dealing with his suspension from work after the company audit. All rise, the bailiff calls. Judge Martinez looks exactly like what you'd want in someone deciding your financial future. Sharp-eyed, no nonsense, and completely unimpressed by Amelia's performance of wounded innocence. Your Honor, Amelia's lawyer begins, my client was acting out of genuine concern. Save it, Judge Martinez interrupts, holding up a document. I have the text messages where your client explicitly discusses playing the plaintiff. Shall we read them aloud? Amelia shrinks in her seat. Sandra stands. Your Honor, we have evidence of systematic financial abuse, including forged documents, unauthorized loans, and misappropriated funds totaling over $150,000. That's a lie, Amelia jumps up. She's the unstable one. She lost a baby and couldn't handle. Ms. Quinn? The judge's gavel cracks like a gunshot. One more outburst and you'll be held in contempt. Now, about these medical records. For the next hour, Sandra methodically presents our case, bank statements, phone records, the forged medical documents. With each piece of evidence, Amelia's face grows darker. And finally, Sandra says, we have testimony from Mr. Zeke Horton regarding a similar pattern of financial manipulation during his marriage to the defendant. Zeke steps forward from the back of the courtroom. Amelia's sharp intake of breath is audible. Ms. Quinn used the same tactics, he testifies, offering to help with finances during a vulnerable time, gradually taking control, then draining accounts and taking out unauthorized loans. You can't trust him, Amelia shrieks. He's bitter about the divorce. The divorce you caused by bankrupting him? Judge Martinez asks dryly. The evidence keeps mounting. By lunch break, even Amelia's lawyer looks defeated. When we return, the judge doesn't waste time. I've seen enough. The court finds in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay full restitution of 157,843 plus legal fees. Additionally, a permanent restraining order is granted. I expect Amelia to explode. Instead, she laughs, a high, brittle sound. You think this changes anything? You think you've won? No, I reply calmly. I think you lost. There's a difference. Ms. Quinn, the judge continues, given the evidence of fraud, I'm also referring this case to the district attorney's office for potential criminal charges. That wipes the smile off her face. Outside the courthouse, my phone lights up with messages. The first is from Gage's company. They want a formal statement about the misused corporate cards. The second is from Amelia's real estate agent. The trust holding her house has been frozen. Sandra squeezes my shoulder. Ready for the press? Local reporters wait at the bottom of the steps. We've prepared for this. Ms. Quinn systematically abused her position of trust during a time of grief, Sandra tells them. Today's ruling sends a clear message about financial exploitation. And what about your husband's role in this? A reporter asks me. That's being handled separately, I reply. But this case was about holding accountable someone who weaponized my grief for their own gain. Later, at Sandra's office, we watch the dominoes continue to fall. Amelia's credit is destroyed. The Mercedes dealership is suing her for breach of contract. The HOA has called an emergency meeting about her position as treasurer. Your ex-husband called, Sandra mentions. He's agreed to the divorce terms. Of course he has. His company's ethics board meets tomorrow. My phone buzzes. Isabel. Saw the news, having dinner with Amelia. She's still making excuses. I'm done enabling her. Another text follows. You free this weekend? I'd like to visit that grief support group with you, the real one. I'm composing a reply when Sandra gasps at her computer. Elena, look at this. It's an email from a major women's magazine. They want to interview me about financial abuse and gaslighting. They say your case could help other women recognize the signs. Sandra says, I think about all the other Amelias out there, all the grieving women being told they're too unstable to handle their own money. Set it up, I tell her. My phone buzzes one last time. An alert about Amelia's house. Property foreclosure notice filed. Sandra raises an eyebrow. Feel bad about any of this? I think about the nursery I'll never use, about the months of manipulation, about being told my grief made me incapable. No, I reply. I feel awake. The downtown apartment feels different from my old house. Smaller, but cleaner somehow. No lingering smell of lavender. No ghosts of what might have been. My laptop screen glows with the final draft of my book, Financial Gaslighting, A Survivor's Guide. Sandra's publishing contact thinks it could help thousands of women. The advance check already has. I've donated half to a miscarriage support organization. A knock at the door interrupts my editing. It's Isabel, carrying takeout. Brought your favorite, she says, setting down Thai food. How's the writing going? Just finished the chapter about recognizing the warning signs. I clear space on the counter. Thanks for contributing your perspective. I needed to acknowledge my part in enabling Amelia. She unpacks containers. Speaking of, she called again. Still wanting money? No. This time she was crying about how unfair it is that she has to live in a studio apartment. Isabel shakes her head. I told her she's lucky she's not in jail. My phone buzzes, an email from Gage. Third one this week. I delete it without reading. He's not doing well, Isabel says quietly. The company put him on permanent probation. He's drinking a lot. That's not my problem anymore. No, it's not. She hands me chopsticks. Have you seen the support group comments? I pull up the private Facebook group I started. Women sharing stories, warning signs, escape plans. The membership grows daily. Look at this one, I say, showing her a post. I thought I was crazy until I read your story. Today I checked my accounts. My sister-in-law has taken $23,000. I'm calling a lawyer tomorrow. You're helping people heal. I'm helping them wake up. I scroll through more comments. That's what grief does, you know? It either breaks you or it burns away everything except the truth. My doorbell rings again. This time it's Sandra waving a newspaper. Have you seen this? She spreads it on the counter. Amelia's being investigated for 3 other cases of financial fraud. Women are coming forward. Good. I take a bite of pad thai. How's the class action looking? Growing. 10 plaintiffs now. Sandra steals a spring roll. Oh, and Zeke called. He's dating someone new. Says she's nothing like Amelia. Smart man. My phone lights up with another message. From Carlos, my old boss. Miss you at work, but the foundation loves having you on the board. Your experience with financial abuse is exactly what we needed. I smile, remembering how that inheritance changed everything. Not just the money, but the timing, the perfect leverage to expose their scheme. You know what's ironic? I tell Isabel and Sandra. They thought grief made me weak, but grief just made me see clearly. For the first time in my life, maybe. Speaking of seeing clearly, Sandra pulls out her tablet. The magazine interview went viral. 3 publishers want to talk about expanding the book into a series. About what? Financial literacy, emotional manipulation, recovery after loss. She grins. Apparently, people really connect with a woman who turned her pain into power. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a news alert. Local woman pleads guilty to financial fraud charges. Below is Amelia's mugshot. No designer clothes, no practiced sympathy, just defeat. Justice looks good on her, Isabel says dryly. I close my laptop, leaving the final chapter for tomorrow. The ending's already written anyway, not just in my book, but in all the women finding their strength, reclaiming their power, refusing to let grief become a weapon used against them. Sandra raises her water glass. To karma. To consequences, Isabel adds. I think about the nursery I never got to use, about the baby I never got to hold, about how loss can hollow you out or fill you with purpose. To waking up, I say, clinking glasses, and staying awake. Later, after they've gone, I stand at my window overlooking the city. My phone shows one last notification, a woman in my support group. I left today, took my money, my dignity, and my future back. Thank you for showing me how. I smile, thinking of Amelia in her tiny apartment, of Gage drinking alone, of all the careful plans they made to help me falling apart. They thought grief would break me. Instead, it forged me into something stronger, something awake, something free. I open my laptop and begin typing the final lines of my book. They thought I was fragile when I was just grieving. They thought wrong. And now, every woman they tried to break knows exactly how wrong they were.